Wow. Oh. Oh, okay.
We both struggled a little.
A little bit.
Hi.
That would be the intro.
Hi. How are you? We just got back from seeing Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yes.
Do we look
And
exhausted?
I know we usually film these at like 3 a.m., but it's actually not, but it still feels that way.
It does still feel that way because that movie is long.
The movie's long, and I think we both had long days.
Yeah,
so
just tired. Anyway, this is the non-spoiler portion. Overall view of the movie.
Yeah.
For me, it was good. I liked it. It was very pretty. There were some parts that got a little lost. I don't know. It didn't need to be 3 hours, is what I can say. It did not need to be 3 hours, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think I feel the same. It was definitely very long. I mean, but it kept my attention the whole time. There wasn't a time where I was like falling asleep, so I can't say that for all the movies that I've seen. But I did enjoy it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it again anytime soon because it is long, but
it's only because it's long. Like, that's the only reason I wouldn't see it again, is because I don't want to have to sit there for 3 more hours to watch it again.
Yeah, maybe in like a year or two.
I was like, if it was on streaming and I could like skip to parts, then maybe.
Maybe.
But the fact that I can't, skip it in the movie theater.
It'll be on streaming soon.
So no.
Everything's always on streaming at some point now.
Okay, into the spoiler portion. So if you don't want to be spoiled, goodbye.
Just dip right now.
As always, we suggest that you guys watch the movies yourself before you listen to our spoiler review, but you are allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I felt like the main motif in the movie was listen to your children. Because every time those kids was trying to tell them something and all the adults were just like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Every single time. The whole movie.
Yeah. So first thoughts is that Zoe Saldana's character, I'm probably gonna call these people
the only one I know is Jake Sully.
Yeah. So Zoe Saldana is gonna be Zoe Saldana, and then they're gonna be their age, and that's how I'm gonna be talking about most of them. But so Zoe Saldana, she didn't do much in this movie. She was there, but she was just kind of Zoe Saldana.
She was just kind of there,
mothering.
Yeah,
she's a mother.
She was there to be an angry mom.
And she, Zoe acts her ass off every time, always, and she was doing that, but she didn't do much. And that's probably because somebody else kind of took her slot, our homegirl from the other tribe. I forgot her name. Looking like Halle Bailey coming out.
She did look like Halle Bailey. I was like, is that Halle? Is she in this movie?
I know.
Because that looked like her.
Yeah. The prettiest little blue person I'd ever seen.
And I was like, okay, girl, I see you. And he saw her too.
He said, ooh. Ooh. It's so funny because I was saying that I had a hard time telling the two brothers apart for a while until they put one of their hair back, so I didn't know which one she was having a romance with at first. Truth be told, I figured it out eventually.
And then all blue people look the same.
I really do. I really
Shame.
do. Yeah, call me blue cyst if you want. I couldn't tell them apart, and then once I locked in on their characters, right after that, a ponytail happened, and I was like, all right, I'm good now. I'm solid. I know everybody.
The little girl was so adorable. She was so cute. I was just like, I want to give you a little hug. You were so cute.
So in the way, as little children are.
Yeah. I mean, but so was her big brother.
Yeah.
Always in the way. Always doing something.
I mean, everybody got stuck at some point, so
Yeah, that's true.
everybody got stuck, got taken, except for the big brother.
Because he got killed.
Because he got
Because
killed.
he got dead.
We already told y'all this is the spoiler portion.
Yeah.
We both knew somebody was dying.
We did. So in the beginning, right? In the beginning of the movie, when all the stuff was happening with the brother and like how he was like, you almost got your brother killed. I was like, is he going to get his brother killed? I was like, he's going to get somebody killed. Either it's going to be his brother, himself, his mom, his dad. I thought both the sisters were safe, honestly, because they felt safe. Like the one sister had like all the spiritual stuff going on, and then the other one was a literal child. And I was like, I don't think they're going to kill her. So
honestly, though, with the exception of the little girl, the only person who felt safe in the movie was the second brother, ponytail guy. Because I was like, at a certain point, I was like, he's
Jake.
Yeah.
He's the next main character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at a certain point, I was like, no. And because when I realized that, I was like, oh, Jake might die. He might die this movie.
Jake might die in the next
I was like,
one.
they have set him up to perish. I fully believed it.
Dead. I mean, there might be something in them bringing up that whole, like, the whale stuff, whatever those things are called. I forget what they're called.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
They have the aging, like they stop humans from aging, and I'm like,
it's very interesting.
They brought that up, so like it's got to come into play at some point.
So can we talk about how that scene where they killed that mom whale thing?
That was so sad.
Was awful.
It was so sad.
That was awful.
And then the baby just died.
And it went on so long.
I felt so bad for pregnant mama over there.
Yep.
Because she was just going through it. This lady,
she really was.
Like, she was valid the whole time.
Yep.
She was like, you're running from people here? They're just going to follow you
the entire time, right? Honestly.
Right? I was like, okay, you're trying to protect your people from these people
by putting these
other people in danger. It made no sense. I was like, you know they're going to find you. They're going to come after you. Because even if
it hadn't even been like a month.
Yeah. And I'm like,
so fast.
Even if they didn't come after them, what if they found your old tribe and tortured them still looking for you?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make sense to run, in my opinion. Like, they should have just fought from the beginning.
Or if you're going to run, just like run somewhere away from people.
Run somewhere remote.
Start your own little 5-finger village.
Exactly. So that... Every time pregnant mama talked, I was like,
she's valid.
You're right.
I understand.
You're valid. I understand. I respect you.
Yep.
And you need to sit down and not fight because she was going at it.
She wasn't doing that though.
No. First of all, let's talk about the villain and how they had to bring back the old villain.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan.
Didn't mind it. I think partially because I barely remember. Okay, let me make this perfectly clear. I did not see the first movie since I watched it at the age of, I don't know, 12, 13. Whenever it came out, I definitely was at least 13, or at most 13, because I was an Avatar for Halloween that year. But I saw it once, so I didn't remember, like, anything. It's basically like I read a quick synopsis of the first movie before I went in. She had to tell me who the villains were. She had to tell me everything. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, you saw it. I've only seen it that one time when I was however old. So I feel like the fact that I didn't have any feelings towards the villain one way or another is part of the reason why I didn't care that they brought him back, because he might as well have been a completely new villain.
Yeah, I didn't like it because I was like, why? Like, it took him so long to die in the first one. It took him so long. This man was on fire. This man was like shot. He was going through the ringer. It took the arrows into his body to finally kill him. And I remember being like, evil does not die because that man won't go down. He is fighting for his life.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't remember
just for
any
them
of that.
To bring him back and then not kill him again.
Yeah, I didn't like that they were gonna bring him back. I feel like how you feel about this movie is how I feel about the third movie. I'm like, dang, we gotta deal with this man again.
Yes, I want him gone. First of all, let's talk about little white boy with dreads. First of all,
I don't like him.
Let's talk about him.
I don't like little Tarzan, little
I don't
George
like
of the
Little Tarzan either.
Jungle.
First of all, I didn't really like his acting all that much. Also, just didn't like the character
No.
all that much because he was just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And also, why did you have dreads? And also, why did you save him? Just to
that
leave
was
him.
the biggest thing. Like, I was like, all right, y'all care about this little white wigga, and like, that's fine. You grew up with him, whatever. Like, it is what it is. So I was like, all right, y'all care about him. I could deal with him. I could even deal with his ugly, dirty hair. It's just when he saved his donor.
Yeah.
I was like,
honestly,
why did you do that?
Because, like, he saved him for no reason. I was like, if you're going to save him, go with him. Like, if he would have saved him and went with him, I'd be like, okay, maybe you want a relationship. No, you just saved him.
Just to leave him.
Just to leave him.
You claim that you want to be a part of this family, knowing that this man is the reason why homeboy is dead.
First of all, he literally said, if you don't kill me, you know I'm going to come back and kill your family.
And that man, Jake, worked his behind off and almost died to make sure that man did not come back for his family.
Just for you to
bring
him back?
No.
When you were supposed to be looking for the rest of the family?
That was the other thing. I was like, why are you using your resources on this man? Meanwhile, Zoe Saldana and little girl are halfway to drowning.
Like, it kind of didn't even make sense for his character to me, honestly. Like,
they never made a connection.
They didn't bond. And let's talk about that for a second, because the whole middle section of the movie, the humans did not exist.
Yeah, no.
They were gone.
They weren't there.
They weren't there. They lost the point of the movie for a second.
On some aspect, I didn't mind because I didn't really care to see them, but it was distracting the entire time because I was like, well, they're set
here.
Up.
Yeah.
They're looking, they're doing something, so where did they go?
Yeah, going into this movie, I was immediately like, I wish that we didn't like, I kind of wish that the humans weren't the problem again, you know? Like, we'd already done that. Like, okay, let's stay on this planet. Let's stay on Pandora. Like let's do this stuff. It could be like,
there's plenty to explore.
There's plenty to explore. Like, it could be other problems with other clans. Like, the whole middle of this movie was like a road trip family movie. It could have just been that, you know? But, and it feels like they wanted to do that, but also the other stuff. And that's why it was too long.
Yeah,
because it didn't need
a
lot.
Movies in it.
There were two
trying to
different
combine it, and you didn't have to do that.
No.
The whale creature. I'm so sorry. I'm just never gonna remember any of their names or what their species is called. But the whale creature that bonded with the second son, love him.
Yes.
Love him. That is my child. That is my son. That is my pet.
That is my soul sister.
That's my soul brother,
as she said.
Like, and when he came back, and
he was knocking stuff over. Like, he was having like internal turmoil. He was like, "Do I help?
I know down there, like having a whole fit."
He was having a whole tantrum.
Was like, you know what? I'm already an outcast.
I might as well.
That's my buddy up there. That's my brother.
Yeah.
I was scared for a second that he was gonna die.
Me too. But then when they shot the thing and he put his head down, he was like, I know how to get away from it now. I know what it is now.
Oh my goodness, look, he's fighting back. I say, and is.
Because meanwhile, the scientist was like, they're a lot smarter than us. And I'm like, period. When you stop catching them off guard.
Everything that is awful. Like, everything, like them catching.
Oh, yeah.
Everything regarding
I hated that.
All of that. Everything about it was awful. Watching them do it, that was awful. Them gathering this much of it and then leaving, awful. Everything about it, awful.
Back to them leaving things out and, like, forgetting about things in this movie. In the last fight...
Where was the tribe?
Where'd everybody go? Like, everybody... So it was distracting, at least to us.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there, like, you know, seeing them fight. They were having their issues, whatever. The son died, all that, good, great, whatever. Where'd everybody go?
And don't say, oh, well, they got separated. Yeah, I know that.
But
But
where
where
did they
did they
go?
go?
Did they just leave? They all just went home? They said, all
It's
right,
like, yeah, they got
it's
that.
over. Like, this pregnant lady, she was so hell-bent on getting her daughter, first
Yeah.
of all, who's just standing on a rock with a dead boy.
Yep.
She was so hell-bent on finding her daughter and killing this man who had killed her soul sister
The movie.
and then just disappeared.
The movie was already 3 hours long.
You could have
done a whole like
a little
30
shot.
seconds of them going and finding the daughter and the son.
Yeah.
Literally,
Or
that's
just
it.
like when, because there was like a little fire ring that like happened around the boat. You could have showed them like past it, like being like, oh, we can't get past or something. Like they just disappeared and we didn't see them until the end of the movie.
Until the funeral.
And it was very odd because I was just like, where y'all at?
I know.
Everybody's just gone.
Okay.
I was like, did everybody die?
Right.
Because that's my only assumption. I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything
Mm-hmm.
to say otherwise.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird and jarring. There was just a lot of things that kind of took me out of the movie where I'm like, did we forget about people
Yeah.
and things that have happened?
And then like the whole concept of the movie is really weird.
The whole concept of Avatar
In a way
in
that
general
didn't really hit me when I was younger.
No, it didn't. It
That
didn't.
was like very like he's
a white man.
Our white
He's a white man.
With his dreads and his blue skin.
First of all, let's just talk about him saying he showed up in the movie, beginning of the movie, talking about some sky people. I said,
immediately,
sir, you are a sky
that's
people.
where you're from.
Just
Don't
because
forget
you look
got
blue
that
now.
finger.
Yeah, like just because you're blue now,
The
don't
whole
mean
thing is just like it's a little weird.
Like, I was saying
concept.
it is, and I was saying before that I was like, oh, usually it's like they try to integrate humanity into it, and they're like, oh, I'm human and I'm this. He said no. He said no. Forget humanity. I'm actually just Navi now, and I'm not human at all. And it's like, you are.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of get the people who, like, the people in the movie who are like, you betrayed your race. Because, like, he kind of did.
He fully did. 100%. Just left that whole thing behind.
The humans were awful. But, like, even he should know that not all humans are terrible.
Right.
It's just those people.
Goodness gracious.
We get it.
Yeah. So that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Had to, like, get past. Also, he was a bad dad.
He was not the best
Can
father.
Can I say that? Like, he was a great protector, don't get me wrong. And, like, I'm not gonna... Okay. He wasn't, like, a bad dad. I mean, I don't know.
He wasn't a very, like, loving
bare minimum so. Because I was about to be like, I don't know. It's not like he was hitting his kids.
To be fair, it seemed like he was good before a war started.
Maybe.
So they were in war, in battle. And that's what she kept saying, Zoe Saldana. She was like, they're your children, not an army.
Yeah.
Like, this is a family, not an army, not a militia. Like, this is I think he just kind of got, and he's like, an army guy.
Yeah.
So, like, I think he just kind of got the two mixed up a little bit.
That's fair. He wasn't very great. He...
Like, your son is over here. He's doing all this stuff because he wants to show you that he can.
Please. John Winchester ass, like, sit down.
Honestly, the whole thing was supernatural.
Yes. If you watch Supernatural, rewatch the movie and tell me that we weren't looking at Sam and Dean. And their father.
And then Dean died first.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, what else is there? I feel like they also, the girl and her mystical power stuff, that was anticlimactic.
I mean, unless they plan on doing something, if they make a third movie, that's what I assumed. And I was
thought
for
that,
something.
But I was like, they shouldn't have honed so much on it in this movie if they were going to do that. Like, they could have shown it a little bit, but like,
they didn't do much with it.
Yeah, we whole ass had scenes of her, having a seizure because she attached to the tree and it was too much for her or something. And like,
still don't know who her dad is.
Still don't know who her dad is. Like, it was just kind of like they put too much in this movie without giving us any answer for anything. They just said, yeah, she can do all this stuff. Watch the next one. Without the possibility that there might not even be a third one.
Yeah.
So, like,
But
I don't know.
That's what they do. Try to reel you in so you ask for a third thing. It doesn't always work, though.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he say that they were filming the third one at the same time that they were filming the second one?
Did they? I don't know
I think
anything
that's
about
what James Cameron said.
that. I don't know.
I don't know. Overall, though, I was entertained.
Liked it.
I only wanted to check my phone like twice to see what time it was, to see how long the movie
At
had
some point, you
passed.
checked your phone, and I just peeked on over at it. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't check it. It's just because I remembered that I had my alarm for 7
Yeah,
o'clock,
you
and I was
did.
like, ooh, I need to turn this off because it's almost 7, so it doesn't go off.
A phone going off in the theater. What? That's crazy.
My grandma's phone went off in the theater, and I was just like,
Well, the full phone, like a whole phone call, but then also like it kept going off in little intervals.
oh, yeah. I was
It
like,
was
you
fun.
didn't turn off your phone?
At the third time, I was amused. I was like, "Ma'am, you really are gonna."
And then she started talking. I was like, Grandma, shh, stop talking.
She was feeling the movie.
Feeling the movie.
It.
It. I will say
There's
this is
yeah, they tugged on my heart.
They tug on the heart. There's a lot of jump scares in this one.
Oh my god, the one where he was on his friend after he almost died, and I thought he was on a rock. I thought he got washed up to shore, and then the thing said, my soul.
It's the owl jump scare.
Soul flew. Body took a screenshot. All of it. Like, I don't even know how I didn't scream.
I just want to say that I would like to be a part of the water tribe.
You know why I want a third movie? I want to see the babies.
Yeah.
I want to see the second son and the one daughter's babies so bad. I was thinking that the entire time.
Watch the babies come out like red for some reason. I don't know.
I wanted to see them be turquoise or something. I don't know. With partial forest stuff, partial water stuff. Big tail, but not as big. Big arms, but not as big. Like, I want to see the mix.
It just comes out human.
Ew.
And everybody's like, what?
What's this?
I just want to know who that girl's dad is. Because, Sigourney Weaver, who was you having sex with?
First of all,
who is your father? Who's the baby daddy? I think her name was
Terry. They said her name more than, like, anybody else's. The Psychic Link one. Her voice was, like,
it sounded like Sigourney Weaver's voice. It was, right?
I'm 89% sure.
That's what I thought. I thought they like just made her voice sound like younger.
Yeah, no,
or like a little more high pitched.
The whole time I was sitting here like, that's her voice,
because that's what I'm distracting. I was thinking. I was like, I was
like, y'all want to keep her in the movie.
But I was also like, is like this her daughter or is it like her? Because they were like, we don't even know how she got pregnant. Yeah. We don't even know where this baby came from. And I'm like, she just reproduced asexually when she got touched by the tree or whatever happened in the first one. I forget. I think the tree like wrapped around her.
I was like, there's probably some things that happened.
Yeah, I think
was after the first one.
I weigh the whatever their goddess is, the tree, the life, earth, whatever. I think that she got her pregnant, and that little girl is Jesus. Is Pandora Navi Jesus?
Okay,
that is my
hypothesis.
Yes,
that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know. She just said, I was like, how old is this girl supposed to be? She's probably supposed to be like 15. Sounded like a grown ass woman.
She sounded like a
grown
woman.
I was like a little distracted by it every so often. Not like super distracted, but every so often she would say something and I'm like,
yeah.
Hello, you've lived a life.
Smoke 12 packs a day.
You know? It's like watching Home with Rihanna. It's supposed to be playing voicing like a 12-year-old little girl. I'm like, that's Rihanna. You just...
That's like the live action Lion King, like Beyonce?
Right. What's going on?
Donald Glover?
What's happening right now? It was funny. Um,
All right. I don't think
you
I
have
have
anything
anything
else?
else to say.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
Well,
I was sad over the brother. I'll miss
yes.
him for sure.
Yeah. That was hard on all of us.
It was. That's my family now. You don't understand.
Yeah, that's family.
Yeah, and for sure, somebody else is dying next movie, and it's not gonna be our little Tarzan white boy.
I think it's gonna be either Jake
Or
or Zoe
Zoe.
Saldana. One of them is dying.
Yeah, maybe both.
Maybe
Honestly.
both.
We're getting the next generation here. Like
The next generations of humans are living in my basement.
living in Pandora. No.
All right.
Well, hope you enjoyed this little review.
Yeah.
And if you watched to the end,
Give us some water.
there you go. Water. I know what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness. Look, before we end, I just want to say that the beginning of the movie was so long that when they got to the water people, and like they left their home, I was like, I forgot this movie was called Avatar: The Way of Water. I was like, I forgot what this whole movie was about.
That's
honestly.
Funny.
I forgot that it was supposed to be about water stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they finally got to the water, I was like, oh my God, yes. That is the plot. That is the point. Anyway.
I spent the whole beginning of the movie like somewhat lost. Because
I bet you did.
Because I couldn't remember the beginning. I was like, they woke up as avatars. I literally was like, are we supposed to know who these people are? Because I don't remember. I wouldn't know. I should have like read a description on Avatar before I watched it. I knew I was going to be a little bit lost, but I synced into the family. Once I attached my braid to them, I was good.
And let us know what you thought of the movie. If you saw it, and if you didn't see it, are you going to? I think you should.
I honestly think you should.
It was good.
I think that it was a great experience. And it's one of those fun to watch in theater movies.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.